Hello, and welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm Drew Brewer, and I'm here with track and field coach, Coach Dixon. How are you doing today, Coach?
I'm doing good, Drew. Thank you.
Doing well. So, Coach, what events do you coach for track and field?
I coach the jumping events, long jump, triple jump, and the hurdles.
Okay, and can you tell me something about what the athletes that you coach in those events?
Well, right now we have one of the top 5 jumpers in the nation in the triple jump. We have some of the best jumpers in the conference in the long and triple both, and in hurdles as well.
Right. So we're seeing a lot of track and field star talent coming out of HBCUs, one of which with NCAP being named second in the NCAA Indoor SWAC Championship. So how do you feel about this come up of track and field, especially within HBCUs?
Well, it's huge. Track and field has been going on for years, and talent has always been there. And for NCAP to be able to get all the talent that they have amassed and to come to that school and do the things that they've done is really big for our sport. It's big for HBCUs as well. It's letting athletes know that the talent, the ability to win a championship is within the talent. So here at PV, I feel like we have the opportunity to do the same thing that they're doing there, and I look forward to being a part of that.
All right. So were you able to play any events in track and field?
Yeah, I competed in track. I competed in track in college. I went to Jackson State University. I was a jumper as well, and I ran some other events along the way. So I'm pretty well-rounded within the sport.
Okay. So with that being said, you came from Jackson State. What led you to come to PV?
Well, I saw what PV was doing. I've been in Houston for the last 6 years. I've coached in the SWAC. I was able to see the transition that PV made along the way from 2007 until now. I believe they won their first championship in 2007. That I was around to see, and to see the transition for the university with the facilities, I think is huge. It's huge for the conference and it's huge for the school itself.
All right. Sorry, I don't mean to try to interrupt, but for your necklace, try to make it for the mic so we can allow the alumni to really hear you clearly and everything, so it's not so much bumping around and everything. Yeah, it should be fine. But anyway, back to that. So yeah, you led to come to PV. So did you know Coach Clay or Coach Williams before coming here?
Well, I met them in 2007 personally. Prior to that, I know Coach Clay was coaching at PV when I was competing in school.
Right.
So I knew them from before. I did a lot of communication with Coach Williams over this past summer. So we talked a lot about the possibility of a job opening at PV. So I told her, if it comes up, I want to put my name in the hat and, go through the process.
All right. So how can you, being from Jackson State playing track and field, how is the transition from Jackson State to PV?
Well, honestly, it's very similar. When I was in school, we were ranked in the nation as a team. We had exceptional talent. We had one of my teams actually went on to run the Olympics and finished second place, at the 2012 Olympics. So there was a lot of talent at Jackson State during the time when I was in school. So, like I said, coming here to see the talent that PV had and what PV is doing, I feel like, again, like the facilities that PV offers is a great opportunity for young talent to come in and to be able to do the same thing.
So I'm glad you said that, having those facilities that we have allowing young talent to come in. So how would you say the recruiting process differs between from when you played to now?
Well, one, social media. Back when I was in school and trying to come out of school, a lot of the recruiting kind of was word of mouth. If your coach knew someone, they'd contact you. If you were on a particular high school list, schools would reach out to you. But the ability for an athlete to reach out to a school or see what the school was doing was really slim. So now athletes in high school have the ability to see what the school is doing through social media, and coaches, we have the ability to see what these athletes are doing through social media as well, and through other avenues throughout the internet.
So with track and field recently becoming indoor SWAC champions, how does that feel to just continue that tradition of just being champions all over again?
Oh, it's motivation. The motivation to continue, to win again. I always tell athletes that winning is contagious. So you win once, you want to win again. So you got to work even harder because everyone wants to do what you just did. So right now, we're getting ready for our outdoor season to come to a conclusion, and our conference is in 2 weeks. So we're looking forward to doing the same thing.
All right. So as you said that you you participated, and also you now are a coach. Have you seen anyone on the team that has really shown that leadership role to really take charge and help the team out when they're not feeling as much, or just to help out getting improvements with the team coming up for events?
Absolutely. And there's a lot of good athletes on the team that have the ability to motivate others. So many different ones. I mean, I don't want to miss one or two, but so many athletes in different events. You know, we have different event groups. So we have the jumping group, the hurdle group, sprint group, the distance group, and middle distance group. So within those groups, there's somebody that motivates that group to excel and rise to the occasion.
All right. So how is the got tongue twisted a little bit. The competitiveness of track when it comes to different events, like certain events may be more competitive than others, or just certain players might take a certain length together, like some might do a triple jump, but then also will do a 100 where they take in a count of which one they would have more focus. So how do you feel that competitiveness level is?
Oh, it's very high. Like I said, right now, you know, we are the reigning conference champions, and everybody on the team has either won or been on the podium, meaning they finished top 3 in their event for the most part. So many athletes have been in that level. So every day at practice, these athletes compete against each other, whether, you know, a person is running the 100 or a person is actually doing a jumping event. They're looking to see what you're doing, and they're looking at each other to say, okay, if this person is doing great at practice, I want to do great at practice as well. So the motivation, it comes from all over.
All right. So you're saying motivation comes from all over. So what motivates you to become a coach, and as well just the game of track and field, just to be out there? What led you to come to that?
God. We're going to school and you're going through all these different classes and courses and trying to figure out what you want to do when you get out. I didn't know. You know, I went back to school to get a master's degree, and next thing I know, I was coaching. I was blowing a whistle, held on the stopwatch. You know, again, I can't tell something I ever aspired to do. It's just, you know, God chose me. That's why I'm here.
All right. So being glad that you're here helping PV track and field, just continuing with the championship level and the championship mindset and the events that you coach. So coming up for the upcoming events now, what are things that you guys are instilling into the players to really have them focused, to really go strong hard for that?
Well, we're fine-tuning our athletes right now. I mean, everybody's pretty much, you know, solid where they are. They know where they stand. They know what they have to do. So the goal right now is to just reiterate, you know, the will to win, the willingness to persevere and push through that last, you know, whether it's 10 meters or 50 meters to get to the finish line, finish strong.
All right. So coming into all these finishing strongs and coming up to, now you're saying, the outdoor season. So how would you say, especially for the events that you coach, is the difference when it comes to indoor and outdoor season?
The wind. You know, we do a lot of jumping. So if we jump with the wind, that'll increase our jumps. If we jump against the wind, obviously they'll take us down. So it's a lot of adjustments that have to be made during the course of each meet that we go to, because we have to make adjustments for our approach. So we are making sure the athletes are not fouling and getting on the board, basically. So the wind plays a major factor in what we do every weekend. So it's hard to make those adjustments during practice because every day the weather's different.
And right, and you say that every day for the weather's different. So, you know, for indoor, it's always indoor, so you know what to expect. But especially traveling to other states and other schools, the weather can really change up. So how does that adversity come when there might be a day the weather isn't the best, or there might be days where it's great, just comes back and forth? Like, how do you guys challenge that adversity?
Well, because we have, you know, outstanding weather here in Houston and in this area out here in our Prairie View, we're able to see, you know, different changes every day. So then that's not going to stop us from practicing. So we're able to practice in these different types of conditions, and that helps us when we go to these other meets and have to deal with the same thing, and not always having a good, you know, a great weather day.
Right. So when going into practice, how do you guys instill just the mindset to stay focused during practice? I know one of those things in track, when I used to run track, you know, during practice, we would sometimes mess around or goof around, and it sometimes let us off focus. So how do you guys continue that mindset to, you know, maybe if a certain player is jumping and then others are standing around, how do you guys keep them focused to make sure that they're on task?
Well, for me, it's teaching. I'm constantly teaching the athletes. So if I have an athlete that's actually doing a particular skill at practice and the other ones are watching, I'm quizzing them. I'm asking them what are they seeing. Are there anything they're seeing in this athlete that they could do differently, or something that they can see that, okay, well, I do that well, but I need to work on that particular part of the drill. So those are the things that I do throughout practice. I quiz my guys and girls and just kind of keep them on their toes.
All right. So keeping them on their toes as well. Going into an event, let's say there's some certain things where an event might not go a player's way. How do you keep them focused to continue to, it's still a long event. You got other things to do. Like, we got to keep the head in the game. How do you keep that going?
That's a good question, because, in track, it's you against the world, if you will, right? So, every athlete wants to do their best every single time to get out there in the track. And track is just you're one and done. You got one event, one race at that moment. And sometimes it doesn't go well. So you have to, pull the positives out of that race that didn't go well and sit the athlete down and talk to them, and I always let them know, hey, we got more meets to come. You did this well. Let's focus on these things and worry about the bad.
All right. Thank you, Coach Dixon, for coming in and speaking with us on behalf of you and the track team. We look forward to your events coming up, and we look forward to giving you support and just showing what Panthers are made of.
You're welcome. Thank you, Drew.
When we come back, we'll discuss more with the tennis, Coach Williams, all this and more. Back from Coach's Corner.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
STEM is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
I'm here with Coach Williams and Tyreese. How you guys doing today?
I'm good. Good. How you doing?
Doing good. So how are you guys loving just the tennis success right now? How's that going for you guys?
It's going pretty well. Right now we're actually getting ready for championships. So we actually leave tomorrow for New Orleans to compete in SWAC championships. Yeah. So that's the preparation right now.
And how do you feel?
I feel like the team has really been training really hard this season. This season we have played against a lot of tough teams, and I feel like it has prepared us for this moment to be able to go out there and for them to show what they're capable of.
All right. So you guys are getting ready for championships and everything. So how are you guys instilling in the players just to be ready and just get ready for that championship?
One of the things my grad assistant did, she put up the draw on our wall at tennis. So every day this week they can see, okay, this is what we need to achieve. This is who we play first round. This is who we win that. We go the second round, and then where we want to be in that champions at the end. So that's been our focus every time we step on the court. You can't miss it.
All right. So the women's team had recently lost to JSU and Alabama State. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel that they are prepared to avenge those losses coming into the championship?
Well, looking at the draw, we have to get past Alcorn State first. If we win that, then we have ASU next. So one thing for us is we've played them already. We got a good look at their team, what they're capable of, and we know what we're capable of. We know what changes we need to make, what areas we can improve on, and no one's beatable. We want to be a champion at the end of the day, and we got to beat all the good teams to achieve that. And it's kind of the same thing with the guys, and kind of Tyreese has been a captain with us for 2 years now, and that's the kind of talk he's been having with the guys team that, no matter what, they got to go through everyone. So we've had a good look at all the teams, and now is a chance to take them out.
All right. And so Tyreese, I have the question for you was, for the men's, they have, like he said, they're coming up with Alcorn State. So how do you feel is the men's compared to that team? Are you feel they're ready for that challenge to play this team?
I feel like they're definitely ready. There's a different mindset. Just going off of what happened last season and the heartbreaker loss that we lost to them 4-2 against Alcorn last year in New Orleans. You know, with all the situations that happened there with the rain delay and having to play indoors. So I know that the guys are super prepared and ready to go out there and really just avenge the loss of last year and to just move forward and really bring back that championship.
All right. So getting ready for championship, you guys are practicing hard. So to keep everyone focused, how are the practices going for you guys?
They've been going pretty well. We've been doing a lot of match play, which is, as a tennis player, is what you need. You know, we can do drills all day long, we can do strategy, but you got to implement it in the match. So for the last few days, we've been mixing that with a lot of match play at our courts against each other. So, you know, we want to get a situation where we feel comfortable executing certain strategies when we say love all, when the match starts, when you're down in a game or up in a game. So that's been a big focus for us, as well as just kind of ironing out any kind of little areas that we weren't, any areas that we weren't sure about. And, you know, we just analyze what we've done in the past and we try to make improvements where we can.
Right. So going with that, as a player, how is the tension going into practice, knowing that they're getting ready for a championship?
Well, for me, with me being ineligible this season, I've kind of been placed into a different situation. But I actually embraced this new role that I've been, and coaches put me in this new role. And my mindset is I'm, you know, trying to be the voice of the team. And so when I do see the team, when I practice with the team, when I'm in the weight room, I'm the person that will really help them, to motivate them, and to like really just get them in the right mindset, knowing like what's at stake and understanding that, yeah, we had a long season, but all of that hard work that we've been doing this season is going to end up paying off, and this is the time for everybody for them to show that it's time for it.
So you guys saying coming up against Alcorn State, we recently talked about the females and losing to JSU and Alabama State. So coming into the championship, besides those teams, are there any other teams that you see yourselves really comparing yourselves to really going at it on the court?
I would say when I looked at the bracket, the team that we will play if the guys were to beat Alcorn would be Jackson State. And so that was another team that in the past we had some difficulties with in the past. And so just understanding that, like my coach said, you know, this is SWAC championship, so everybody's going to bring their A game. And so it's about, at the end of the day, who wants it more. And so this is the time for them to show that, you know what, seeding doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, when we step on that court, it's 0-0. And it's about what can we do, and can we be the first team to get the 4?
All right. So, Coach, what are some things that you can say for both men and women's that they need to improve on to be really prepared for this SWAC championship?
The main thing we need as a team right now, obviously everyone wants to win, but we need consistency as a team. We've had some matches where maybe like in our singles lineup, maybe like our 1 or 2 played really well, and then maybe the 3 and 4 didn't do as well, or maybe the 5 and 6 didn't do as well. And then another day, we have the bottom of the lineup playing really well and the top not as well. So it's been kind of all over the place.
Right.
But I've always felt confident that if we get that consistency where across the board everyone's playing well, we're going to be unstoppable.
Right. So another question I have for both of you is, who do you feel is your standout players coming into this championship?
Well, I say for the guys, it's definitely our top player, Jorge Juarez Caballero. He is a person who he has competed at a very high level. He has beaten a lot of top teams, and including Rice and a couple other schools. And so he's the person that really is the guy that the tennis team looks up to in a way of just him showing us the way of how we can win those big matches. And so that's the person that we've been like trying to lean on and dependent on.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Tyreese on the guy side. On the girl side, I would say two names would be definitely Victoria Fuenmayor. She's our number 2 singles player and our number 1 doubles player, and she was on the show before. Right now, she's 8-0 in SWAC play. She hasn't lost any matches in SWAC. And then Gabrielle Leslie, our freshman from Barbados that we've been trying to get on here.
Right.
She's 6-0 in SWAC play. She hasn't lost any matches, and that's only because 2 of her matches didn't finish. We either won or we lost before she could finish her match. So they're the main ones that the team kind of looks to, and especially Victoria. Victoria is fiery. She brings that energy. She's screaming and yelling, and everyone feeds off of that. So they're the ones we're looking to this weekend, and hopefully everyone kind of gets behind them and shows what they're capable of.
All right. So with that being said, with those players, you guys really looking forward to them going into this championship. How do you get them motivated to let them understand that this is your time? Everyone's watching you. You have people, even as the freshman, this is her first semester coming in. Like, that's a lot of people looking up to her to motivate it. So how do you get them to understand that, this is a really serious thing? Not more than just the championship. You have people that really look up to you, really look to you to motivate you to help them get to where they need to go.
Well, for me, I would say it starts off at practice. So, like, as soon as they come in, as soon as we hit those courts, they're the first people that we're going to look at to see how they train, how they operate, what their mindset is, when they miss a shot and everything. That's where it normally starts, because like our coach tells us, we practice how we play. So if we're having that type of mindset going into practice, then we're going to have that same mindset going into gameplay. So it's about just, for them, just understanding that what they do at practice, people are going to feed off of that. And so for them having that right mindset at practice and seeing that, when they do the right things at practice, everybody feeds off of that.
They say practice makes perfect, always.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So going with that practicing and getting ready for this championship, there's a lot of eyes coming in because once again, Coach, we've talked many times that tennis is one of those things that people haven't really gotten an interest in. But coming in with the championship, you guys have really shown PV, not even just PV, but the SWAC, what tennis at Prairie View can do. So how do you feel building that momentum, getting ready for the championship, to let everyone know that we are here? This is a sport that everybody can take serious. This is a sport that everybody can come and support. Like, how does that make you feel? And is there anything that you could say to alumni that are watching to get ready for this championship to come out and support?
Well, we're definitely excited. We're hungry to show what we're capable of. We've been kind of showing it a little bit throughout the semester, but it kind of cultivates this kind of energy within the team that this weekend they can release. And I've already, people are starting to watch us. And we didn't have that as much as we would have liked in the past, but I had an alumni call me today asking me how we looking for this weekend. I had an alumni tell me they're coming out this weekend, in New Orleans. So I think the more and more exposure we get, and thanks to you guys and as well in social media, more people can kind of see what we can do here at Prairie View. And I think right now people are liking what they're seeing.
All right. So as a coach, that's very helpful just to know, like, you're getting all these people coming in just really, and I know even though ineligible as a player still, for people to come and see all that thing. So how do you guys stay motivated to now you guys know the people are looking at us now? We got to bring home this championship. We really are made our foot in this door here at Prairie View.
Yeah, for me, it all starts with God. That's where it starts off for me. That's where my motivation comes from. That's what got me to this moment here today. And just understanding, like, even though I'm ineligible, but understanding that, the team is still dependent on me. So even when I'm on the court, I have to give it my all out there, because I know that every ball that I hit, that's going to make them that much better. And that's what people want to see. Every time that we come out there, every time we want people to look at us, we want to see, like, man, I mean, when I first came to that first match, and he's gotten so much better since I've seen him. And when you see that improvement, it feeds off of everybody else. And once people started to hear the buzz about, man, like, the tennis team really improving, that's when people will show up.
All right.
Yeah, and just to kind of echo what you said, it's you know, we set goals, and the team sets goals for themselves every year, and bit by bit, you know, we put the work in, the blood, sweat, tears, whatever, and we've started to achieve those goals and go in the direction that we want to go in. And I think the alumni, the people that watch, they can see the difference. You know, they come out, you have all the facilities and stuff, and then when they see them play, they're like, whoa, like, we've really improved, and, you know, this is how it was in my day, and we want that improvement every time. Every year we want to be getting stronger and stronger and better, and they help pave the way for us so that we can perform as we're performing now.
All right. So you mentioned goals. You know, you guys said that you set your goals, and now you've accomplished those goals. So now the big goal now is the SWAC championship,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
Come on,
Need some jewelry.
Right. You should get that bling bling already. Right. So just to be in the company of champions, like at the end of the day, you guys are still champions no matter what. You have, especially you, Coach, have brought the team up from rock bottom to now is one leading to a championship. Right. So coming into that, how does that make you feel? Just the improvements that you've seen over the years from the players to now just making it at this opportunity to be a SWAC champion?
For me, it's a great sense of pride in the players. Just them achieving what I've always thought that they're capable of. You know, that's been my goal, to have both teams be successful. And it has happened, and you know, there are different levels of success, but I've definitely seen the team grow, and I'm so proud of the work that they continue to put in and stuff that they achieve. Sometimes they achieve stuff that they don't even think they can achieve, right. And that's what keeps me motivated. That's what I enjoy about coaching, and that's what keeps me going. You know, just seeing them do better and better, and achieving the things that maybe in the beginning they thought was too high, and then they surpass that and blow it out of the water. So, you know, that's what keeps me going, and that's what I want to do every year.
Yeah.
Right. And as a player, like, how do you see from when you first came to now just being here, getting ready for a championship?
Man, my appreciation for Coach Williams will always be there. I'm actually a former walk-on the team. And I remember when I first came to the first practice after I became actually being able to play, and I only had a couple days to practice before we had to play my first match against A&M Corpus. And one thing that Coach doesn't know about this story and how it impacted me was one day I had asked him about some slides, some Adidas slides, because a lot of the team had some Adidas slides, and Coach said that he didn't have any. And so I was just like, oh, okay, that's cool. And so the next day, the next practice, the following day, Coach actually came, and he actually bought me, like, personally some Adidas slides. And that just showed me his appreciation and his belief in me to be able to do that, and just showing his investment and showing his appreciation for allowing me to be in that situation and giving me an opportunity to really show myself. So I'm extremely grateful for him.
Well, thank you, Coach Williams, and I didn't get your last name.
Washington.
Tyreese Washington. Thank you guys so much for coming in. As always, we love having you. We love getting more in depth with tennis and just letting you guys show yours, like, just give you the spotlight that you guys really much deserve. And we appreciate you for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Well, that'll be all for Coach's Corner. Make sure you tune in every day from 3 p.m. Once again, I'm Drew Brewer, and I'm signing out.